Hello, thank you so much for being here on planet Earth. The universe needs you, humans need you, the animals need you, the planet needs you. You're inherently worthy and necessary for the evolution of humanity and the transition to a better planet for all life on Earth. Thank you. Today I am going to share how to be safe for women in relationships as an insecure, codependent, undeveloped man or man child. And if you are lucky enough to find yourself in a committed relationship or even just talking to a girl who likes you, here's what to do. Always, always, always put yourself first. Do not, under any circumstances, put her needs above your own. Do not attempt to rescue her. Do not attempt to impress her or please her in any way, shape, or form. Be very, very careful with saying or promising or doing things that makes her like you or want you, because chances are extremely high that you are just trying to please her, or that you are lying. Chances are extremely high that you are violating your own boundaries. So always question why you say something, especially if it makes her like you. For example, if you say, I can support you with this, or um, anything, any compliments, anything. By the way, never, ever, ever comment on her body, no matter the circumstance. Never say anything about her body. If she asks, just say, I don't know, or I don't want to talk about it. Never, ever talk about bodies in general. It's extremely disrespectful and unnecessary. Just a general tip, never, ever talk about bodies. Anyway, and if you are an insecure, codependent man, like, you're going to lie. That's your instinct, is to lie. And you might, I mean, like, pretty much every single word out of your mouth can be a lie, because your priority is confluence, aka being liked and avoiding conflict. So you don't really have a personality, you don't really have boundaries. You're essentially just a program to get her to like you. So expect that every single word you say is a lie. It might not be, but just have that expectation and always question everything that you're saying. Because if you don't do that, you're going to lie to her and violate your own boundaries, and you're going to snap eventually and treat her as an enemy and hurt her, whether you like it or not. That's how it goes with codependents. They're an absolute cesspool, and you can never trust a codependent unless they are an extremely aware codependent that constantly questions everything that they say. Because with codependents, you can safely assume that every single word they're saying is a lie, because they don't have a personality. They're just a program. And I'm saying this as a codependent who just experienced this firsthand, as the codependent slash as the abuser in this relationship, because I just got out of a relationship with an incredible woman, and I did everything that I'm warning you about her. I based the entire relationship on lies. I tried to please her as much as possible. I tried to get her to like me. I tried to give her everything she wanted, and it was all lies. It was all things that I wasn't ready for or willing to do. And eventually I snapped and treated her as an enemy and hurt her. And that's exactly what you're going to do as well if you have this pattern. Also, if you notice that a woman needs any kind of rescuing, or that she is desperate, even like, this is an extreme warning sign to yourself to be 10 times more careful, because the more she needs you, the more keen you're going to be to lie and, like, give yourself up, give away your energy, your sleep, time. So put yourself first is the number one rule. Always prioritize yourself, always prioritize your own needs. Like, obviously make as much time as possible for her and spend as much time as possible for her, but never at the expense of your own needs or desires. A man always has to put his purpose first, and if you haven't found your purpose yet, you always have to put yourself first. your own well-being, your own search for purpose, your own self-improvement. This should always be your priority. Never, ever, ever, ever prioritize a woman over yourself, because you will end up turning her into an enemy, whether you like it or not. And you can't really provide that container, that safety bubble or space where a woman can exist unless you're focusing on your purpose. To be completely honest, you shouldn't really try to have relationships with women, at least not romantic relationships, until you have found your purpose and are focused on your purpose, or soul work, or purpose work, or whatever you want to call it. Because a man without direction and a clear plan or vision for his life is um, not solid enough to contain a woman and be safe for a woman. But if you are still in a relationship for whatever reason, maybe the universe has called you together, and just be extremely, extremely mindful that you have to always put yourself first, and know that your instinct is to violate your own boundaries. And never ever try to rescue someone. It's not your responsibility. And don't take on responsibility that isn't actually yours or that you aren't actually ready for. Because, as I said before, you will just end up snapping and turning her into an enemy and hurting her and lying to her. I mean, unconsciously, like you're not going to be aware of this. And it's just how the subconscious patterns play out in these kinds of relationship. So just never like give away more than you actually want to. Don't give her money unless you're actually in a place to provide for a woman. And always expect yourself to lie. Always ask why. Always ask yourself why you're saying certain things that are possibly designed to please her, or get her to like you, or even just to get her to feel safe. Like if you say something to make her feel safe or reassure her, like assume that whatever you're saying is a lie, because it most likely is, because you aren't really there yet. You aren't really ready for those kinds of things. So the only way to have a relationship is to be brutally honest. And obviously chances are extremely high that she's going to leave you. But that is the best thing you can do, because then you're at least a good honest man instead of a manipulative liar who is going to hurt her extremely deeply anyway. And you will lose the relationship regardless. So just be extremely, extremely honest. Expect yourself to lie all the time. Always question everything you say and do. Always question if you're actually ready, slash willing, slash actually genuinely want this. Because chances are that you're not, if you're still in this like childhood phase of your adult life. And like I am, I'm 26 and I'm still a child essentially. Even though I thought for a while that I could do those like more manly things, like have a family. And chances are, if you're not ready, just say so. Be extremely honest, extremely, extremely, extremely honest with yourself, and then with her, of course. Because if you're not ready, you're not ready, and there's nothing you can do except be honest about it. Don't turn her into an enemy. Don't turn yourself into a monster, which is what I did. I hurt a woman extremely, extremely deeply by doing this. I lost an incredible friendship because of this. So, long story short, you have to have a long term vision for your life, otherwise, you're not really going to be ready for a woman. You have to have at least some direction in terms of like your purpose and mission here on earth that you can focus on, so that you have a solid ground to stand on, and you know a bit more who you are. That's another thing about codependents. They don't really have personalities. I think I said that, but like, unless you have a clearly defined personality and boundaries, and you know who you are, and you know what you want, you can't really have that type of man-woman relationship, because you're not a man. You're still a child. And that's just the reality of the situation. And the best thing you can do is be honest about that. If you lose the relationship, you lose the relationship. But at least you didn't turn yourself into a monster. And if you do this, she's going to end up hating you, probably for the rest of her life, because how much you're going to hurt her. And you will guaranteed hurt her if you fall into this pattern. Which, if you are an insecure man who hasn't really found his purpose yet, I can pretty much guarantee you that you will fall into this pattern, because what else can you do? You don't really have an identity and you don't really have much to offer her. So, like, what are you gonna do except lie? There's like, I mean, you can say, I mean, I have nothing to offer you, and I don't even know who I am yet. Like, you can spend time with her anyway, but just be extremely honest about that. If she wants to spend time with you, like, enjoy. Just be aware that you can't really be a man yet unless you have a purpose and are focused on that. Don't ever make your woman your priority. This is an absolute disaster. You will crumble as a man, and that family structure is going to fall apart quicker than you can imagine. Men are not supposed to put their women as their priority. Men always have to put their mission or work as their priority in order to have a roof and a floor on their house. And then you can, like, create this energetic container where a woman can be. But if you focus on a woman, like, there is no container. There is no, like, providing ship or providership or whatever you want to call it. Like, you have to provide. You have to serve the world in order to be a man. And your woman, like, that's not, that can't be your purpose. I'm sorry, but it's just how it is. As a man, you have to always put your purpose first. And if you haven't found your purpose, put yourself first. Go to the gym, read, educate yourself, get coaching, do whatever you need. If you want to talk or have questions, put them in the comments or book a call with me, a free discovery call. I also have a bunch of other people you can talk to if you need help with therapy or coaching or going raw vegan or whatever spiritual stuff you need. Self-development, become a divine masculine man. I have plenty of resources if you need anything. Long story short, expect yourself to always lie and always put yourself first. Never, ever, ever put a woman's or anyone else's needs above your own needs. You will turn them into an enemy and you will become their biggest nightmare. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm speaking from horrible experience that I never wish anyone to experience. Good luck. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here on this planet. You are so much more important than you understand. This is a critical time and we all need you. Thank you. Bye.